I just want everyone to know, associated with Laker Nation, what a thrill and a privilege it was to call these games on the radio this year. You guys, man, that was just a fantastic season, and I'll let everybody else say the words here, but it was so much fun to be up in the booth, Tyler and I, at the time of our lives. I'll tell you that, all right? Okay. All right, so I think we're ready to get it all going. We are live on Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM. For those of you, if you want a recording of this, get a hold of us at Civic Center TV, and it will definitely be on our archives. And it is my great pleasure to introduce a guy who is clearly one of the biggest fans of our Laker program, our own Stoney from 97.1 The Ticket.
Good afternoon. Great to see everybody. I want to make everybody feel at home. First of all, touchdown, Lakers! And man, oh man, were there a lot of them this year. First of all, before we really get started, I just want to say a few personal things. When Ron Bellamy got the job in 2010, coincidentally, a friend of ours said, would you want to do the games? I said, I don't know. I'm not, I do the radio. I go away for the weekend sometimes. I said, but you know what? I remembered when I was in high school back in 1976. I'm an old guy. My first deal in broadcasting, if you want to call it that, was doing the PA for my high school for 2 years. I said, you know what? It would be really cool to come back and do something like that here in West Bloomfield, where I live, where my kids are in the district. And as you know, 2010, 3-6, then 2-7, and 2-7, and it wasn't really good. And I'd leave after the games, and I'd just hear parents saying, this guy can't coach. What are they trying to do? This is bad. This is horrible. Bring back. And I got to say, God, maybe you should coach. Let things develop. It's a new program. And boy, from that to L Boys, baby, it's really been incredible to watch. And I'm going to leave people out, but I just, we're celebrating this class and this championship. But there's a few, Tristan Jackson, Mike King, Eddie Wilson, Nick Seidel, Obi Jackson, James Faulkner, Navon Mosley, Trey Mosley, Javon Foster, Garrett Wynn, Justin Clark, Nick O'Shea, C.J. Harris, Cornell Wheeler, Makari Page, Davion Johnson, just a few. And I know people say, well, you left this person out. Sorry, I'd be here all day. And the most important thing that I want to, before the program starts, is point out is one of the highlights for me is after all the games is going down on the field and watching. It was Coach Bellamy and it will be Coach Grice because all the assistants and the captains got to speak. And it's just so cool to watch what developed into a family over the years with the coaching staff and with the players. And, people would always ask me, what's West Bloomfield like? It's not like the same West Bloomfield I grew up in. They must recruit and do all these things. I said, I can't curse on television. I said, you know what? These kids are great kids. You never hear about any of these kids getting in any trouble. To the best of my knowledge, most of them are all polite. Their parents are great. And I think you as parents and everybody in the community and the players who've been here for all these long, give yourselves a hand because you guys are class. And it's wonderful. My kids graduated in 2018 when we went to the championship game and scored 2 points. But, maybe if, Coach Bellamy would have, given the ball to some freshman who was sitting there, you might have won the game. But anyway, I give him crap about that all the time. But I do want to mention Coach Bell because he's not here because it's amazing. The NCAA will not allow a current person on a coaching staff to come and do something like this because it's considered illegal contact with possible recruits. I mean, it's ridiculous. So let's give a round of applause for Coach Bellamy and what he's done. And more, not just on the field, but off the field. I mean, everybody, went to class for the most part. everybody graduated. A lot of kids got a lot of scholarships, D1 scholarships, D2, D3. It doesn't make a difference. The amount of success on and off the field that everybody showed here is just incredible. And the administration should get some kudos as well. All the assistant coaches, the athletic director, Eric Pierce, the principal, Eric Pace, who's, hasn't been here the entire time as principal, but has kept the West Bloomfield tradition. And, something else I want to mention, they're not here, obviously, the swamp. The students that have been at all the games, the home games, it was a fun place to go, so I thank everybody for that. All right, now let's get everything started. I want to introduce Coach Ivey with the blessing. Justin Ivey, ladies and gentlemen. Look at how much weight this dude's lost.
Okay, y'all all right? Y'all good? All right. So, thank you guys for coming out on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Appreciate you guys coming out to help us celebrate this great accomplishment that we had as a team this past season, and we'll go ahead and get this party started. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for today. We thank you for this time and opportunity for all of us to come together and just celebrate the state championship that we were so fortunate for us to win during this very challenging and interesting football season. Lord, we ask that you just be with us today, just help us to enjoy this moment together and just enjoy this time that we have amongst this special group of coaches, team members, parents, staff, and everyone that was involved to help this season a season to remember. And as always, we give you glory, honor, and praise in Jesus' name. Amen. All right.
All right, I would be remiss if I didn't thank Buff for making sure everybody was allowed to come in here. All right, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the outstanding athletic director of West Bloomfield High School, Eric Pierce.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. Welcome, Laker Nation, 2020 Division I state football champions in Michigan. This is fantastic. Still feels surreal to say it, guys, but I love it. Love saying it every time. I love going into my athletic director meetings, and when everybody's talking, I'm like, how'd you guys end up in football this year? And just knowing that they didn't make it nearly as far as we did. It's great. It's fantastic. So, guys, I can't tell you. This has been an unbelievable, remarkable season, definitely unprecedented, and everything that we had to go through with all the tests and all the volunteers and all the help. There's so many thank yous that we have. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the parents. Everything that you did to help assist us, everything that you did to help these young men go out and play every single day. I know it was tough, canceling different things that you had to do, staying isolated from people. It's a lot of sacrifice that happened. And then coming in and volunteering and helping out with the testing. Never asking for anything in return. I can't thank you enough for all of that. All of it went smooth. We did thousands of tests, and everything, knock on wood, went fantastic. So thank you so much. The banquet committee, this is amazing. This looks unreal. Thank you so much for everything that you guys did. It is fantastic. What a true way to celebrate the accomplishment that these young men had. The West Bloomfield community, always backing us in everything that we do. The administration here at the high school in our central office, always asking about Laker Nation, always asking about the football team. The amount of support that we receive, it's fantastic. Our trainer, Amy, you do a wonderful job. I don't get to say it enough, how awesome you are for our young men out there, always keeping everybody healthy. Can't thank you enough for that. Stoney, thank you for all that you do. All the support that I have in the athletic office. It really is absolutely amazing what happens when everybody comes together. And then definitely the players. My gosh, I can't tell you how fun you guys are to watch. You know, I always try to play it cool and calm and collected on the sideline, so I hope you guys believe that instead of when you actually see me on the sideline and everything and what I really look like during the game, running down the sidelines, pumping my fist, doing all those things. So much fun. Such a pleasure to watch these young men go out there and compete. It was a blessing to be able to watch you guys this year. It really was. And the amount of perseverance that you guys showed to get through everything that you did, you know, with all the stoppages and starting up again and never losing faith in everything that we were doing. I can't thank you enough. Our coaches, to be able to guide them through all of this. I say it all the time, guys, and I hope you understand and believe it. As a coach at West Bloomfield High School, you're not a coach for 3 months of the year. You're a coach for 365 days a year. And all of these guys over here definitely exhibit that. And they really put into practice. And they practice what they preach. They do everything. You guys are absolutely amazing. Coach Grice, I know you're going to do a fantastic job leading the ship right now. And you got a wonderful supporting cast with you. I appreciate all that you guys do. For my buddy, Ron Bellamy, who can't be with us today. You know, I was on his first coaching staffs that went on the 3-6 and the 2-7. And then they started winning when I stopped coaching. I don't know if that was a coincidence or not. We'll see. But what a great ride it's been. And I was texting with Coach Bellamy today, and you know, we were going back and forth, and I'm like, it still feels so surreal to say it. State champs, West Bloomfield High School. 10 years ago, we would have never imagined that this would happen. And now what we're doing is we're bringing coaches in here all the time. We're winning state championships. We're getting our kids scholarships. They're playing at the next level, and they're achieving beyond our wildest dreams. So I can't thank Coach Ron Bellamy enough for all that he's done. I appreciate him, and I truly wish that he could be here today. Last little story before I turn it over to Mr. Pace. I know I'm getting long-winded here. I love talking about this team. I love talking about Laker sports, though. You know, as we were going through the season, somebody came up to me. It was about midway through the season, and they said, Eric, what's the deal? Are you guys the best team in the state? And, you know, I stepped back for a second. I thought to myself, should I give the politically correct answer and say, oh, you know, anybody can win on any given day and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? No. My parents taught me to tell the truth. Yes, we are the best team in the state. And then he goes, really? He goes, West Bloomfield High School, well, what do you have? I'm like, what do we have? Well, let me see here. We've got a defense that comes out and pitches shutouts almost every week. We've got an offense that averages 45 points a game. We've got a special teams that are led by a kicker that can't miss. We've got a punter that pins people inside the 20. We got a special teams kickoff team that goes down there and hunts the ball like it's their last meal. We got quite a bit. But most importantly, what we have is we have a bunch of young men that care more about the people that are sitting next to them right now than they do about themselves. And that's what makes a team. I love you guys. I appreciate everything that you did. Here's Mr. Pace, our principal. Go Lakers.
All right, welcome everybody. I'm Eric Pace, principal here at the high school. I know Stoney briefly introduced me as not quite being here a full year or the whole time. I think we're right at 1 year, I think maybe today, since I took over this job. You know, I've been in the high school for 6 years and in the district for 15. And it's been 20 years since I put shoulder pads on or a helmet on or got hit, did not do any hitting in football. And boys, you don't know, but this is going to be like the memory that defines your high school experience, okay? And so I want you to take everything in as best you can. You know, if I look back to last year, when I was going through a process of becoming principal at this high school, we had over 2,000 people in this gym one night. And then the next day, we had nobody, okay? And then that pattern just has continued itself over the last year. But what couldn't be taken away is what these boys did, okay? I was nervous and anxious, and then we got to August. We had a season. We didn't have a season. We came back to a season. We got shut down again. I was in quarantine when we got shut down because I had an exposure. And then, we finally got back into the playoffs. And I did not relax until I saw Niles take the ball away in the state titles game like he was playing basketball and return it for a touchdown. So, right? So I started that interview process in January, and then it was January again when I think, took a breath and relaxed for the first time, right? I still have echoes in my head of Donovan Edwards scoring another touchdown in the first half in a playoff game, right? But, Mr. Pierce had said this before, and I want to echo it here. The parents and the community, you gave the support necessary, the trust, right, the love, the care, the toughness that it took in order to do this, right? The resilience comes from somewhere, and it's from the families that these boys are in. And that family isn't just who's sitting here today, right? It's your friends, it's your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, it's the guys sitting next to you, it's the coaching staff. And important to me, it's this entire school, right? What this football team brings to this school is a spirit and an energy that cannot be replaced. It's what makes us Laker Nation. It permeates into the classroom. Yeah, you can clap. It permeates into the classrooms, into the hallways, and into our homes. I've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old who turn these little lights on in the room to go to bed, and they want to put green on so they can be Lakers, right? It means something. So I'm not going to take more time out of the day. The day is for them. It's for you. Thank you all so much. Congratulations. And again, the best team in the state of Michigan. Congrats.
Thank you very much, Erics. By the way, if anybody cares, Michigan leads 55-35 in the second half of the first round of the NCAAs. All right. You talk about big shoes to fill. There's one guy who I think can fill them, and that is Coach Grice. So I'm going to bring Coach Grice up here now, and my only wish for him for next year is, as for those who have sat in the booth with me, we have this little kind of joke going on. We're trying to figure out how many penalties we're going to get every game. So please, no more penalties. We don't need double-digit penalties. Ladies and gentlemen, the man to take this to back-to-backs, Coach Grice.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been an honor to be here. Those Laker boys mean a lot to me. These Laker boys and this family here, we truly a family. But this is a special night. This is a special day for us to honor our players, congratulate our heroes. To me, they are heroes, and to congratulate the state champs. And my job is to make sure that we present to you guys a formal case of what we're trying to do here with the program. So I'd like to thank everyone for coming out to support us in this endeavor, and we're going to make sure we continue this legacy about championships. That's all about what I'm all about, is winning championships. But we're going to go further ahead. My ace in the hole is not here. Coach Bellamy, when he told me the news, and when I got home, I was kind of teary-eyed. And because for years, Bell been here 10 years, and I've been here 8 years. And just to give you a little reflection on who we are as a coaching staff, Bell and I used to talk hours at night. And most of our talks was about our vision, where we want this organization and this program to be. We knew if we bring in the right players and we bring in the right coaches, we can be state champs. And we did that. Did we do it in the time we wanted to do it in? No. But we got it done. And we got it done with great people, great administrators, great players, and more importantly, great coaches. So I'm honored to have these guys to continue on my coaching staff. Like Zach said, same ship, same boat, same ship, same crew, different captain. And we're going to take this ship and go along this road, this sail that we're about to take into the next journey. So what I also brought up today is over the season, I've been taking pictures, I've been taking videos, and I asked my daughter Simone to put a video together for the season. And she put something together along with CCTV and Tyler, and we put this together. So what we want to do is show you a small presentation on how our season went. More importantly, I want to dedicate this to Coach Bellamy.
We were actually headed on the practice field, and one of our senior leaders, Jordan Hoskins, had said, "Coach, is this real?" And I said, "What?" He said, "The season just got postponed to the spring." And originally the date was August 20th to make that determination. So I told Jordan, I'm like, "No, I don't think so. Maybe someone out there, assuming that we won't have a season until the spring. But one of my coaches has said, indeed, Coach, this is coming live from the MHSAA website, Twitter page, that indeed that they postponed our season.
It's Friday night. Good evening and welcome back to another exciting night of Laker football right here on 89.3 Lakes FM and all across the internet and cable television.
Hey man, I want to tell y'all boys I love y'all. Love y'all. Players, coaches, love y'all, man. Man, this is what we built. When we built this program and you guys came in as freshmen, we built this program for moments like today. This is it. The winner go to state championship. Winner go to Ford Field. It's a physical, violent football game. It's going to be a physical, violent football game. See these last 2 years, fellas? They took something from us. They took something from us, and now it's become personal. Today, we're going to bully the bully. We're going to bully the bully today. And that's going to take every man in here to do your job. Be fast. Be aggressive. Be violent on the point of contact. And you keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them and hitting them. Don't live in regret. Do not live in regret today. One step at a time, you win that step. I told you guys, don't play for me, don't play for coaches, don't play for each other. Because you guys are the ones that made the ultimate sacrifices to get in this position. You guys are so relentless, I'm so proud of you guys. You earned the right to be here.
And a bad snap over the head of the kicker. Let's see who comes up with the ball. Doesn't really matter. Lakers are going to get it. But now the Lakers pick the ball up off the turf without being down. West Bloomfield's going to run the ball all the way.
Alex Short on 1st and 15, and he is looking to pass, and he has a man wide open, number 22. And it's in for the touchdown. West Bloomfield.
See, man, I believe in you guys. I believe in you guys because I know what you guys have done to get to this point. I know who you guys are. And there comes a point in life, guys, like we talked about this morning, when you have an opportunity to be great, you have an opportunity to create memories, you create. You create. We know how it feels to be on the other side. Now, today's our day. It's our time right now. Ain't nobody gonna give it to us. We gotta go take it. We talked about those links, right? We talked about those chains. When those chains become detached, then we all over the place. But when we keep those links, when they tight and they together and we're in unison, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Two, one, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Lakers jump out on the field, and they are. Your West Bloomfield Lakers are the state champions in Division I. West Bloomfield 41, Davison nothing.
Every single man in here, man, our administrators, our coaches, Sykes, you, man, just, what you do for our football program, man. I couldn't thank you guys enough for the sacrifices, man, and the development that you guys have put in our program with these young kids. You guys could have easily said, you know what, man, I got to get back to my work. I'm losing money, man, but you guys came here despite, the adversity we're faced with this year.
When you signed up for the season, you didn't sign up for a 6-month season. And what you've done throughout all of this, the stuff that you can control and the stuff that you can control. My God, so much was thrown at you guys this year, so much. And the way that you handled it and the way that you guided our kids throughout all this, absolutely amazing. And then As I was thinking about it, I realized, it's not a 6-month job or a 3-month job for you guys. It's a 365-day-a-year job.
You know what Mr. Pierce said is something that rings really true with me, is the impact that you have on the student athletes, the impact that you have on each other. For our students and for us, this is family, right? And part of being a culture of winning is important, but it's part of being a culture of supporting one another and picking each other up, because like was said, like the adversity of this year will never be known again, probably.
Obviously, the head coach's names always gets mentioned with it, man. But without good people to work next to, none of this is possible, man. So, cheers to you guys, man.
Hey,
Coach, you deserve it, dog.
Stay champs. Stay champs. Stay champs.
It don't matter who named that car. We're just going to keep winning.
Wow. I'd like to thank these guys for putting that together. The story behind that is my daughter, she kept like, Dad, she never did this before, but she wanted to go to college for this type of stuff, putting together design. But I told her, I just kept sending her stuff. I said, Dad, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I said, figure it out. And that's what she came up with, along with Tyler over there with CCTV. So thank you guys. Thank you, my daughter. Thank you, Tyler, for putting that together. Also, I want to get a quick thank for putting these pictures together is LeVan Sykes here. LeVan Sykes is a good friend of mine for over 30 years. And he's our team photographer, so you see him on the sideline shooting shots and pictures of teams, of our players. This is the guy to see, all right? But let's move forward, going forward with some thank yous. First of all, I'd like to thank our principal and our assistant principal, Mr. Pace, and Mr. Pierce, for supporting us. Mr. Pierce has been very supportive of our football program, and we thank you for that, and we wish you continue that for us as well. Also, I'd like to give some quick thanks right quick for some people out here, other administrators. Katrina Crane, she's very supportive. Is she here today? Okay, she's not here today. Another person I'd like to thank real quick is Bruce Buffmeyer. He's our equipment manager. Thanks a lot, Bruce, for supporting us. And, Bruce can get on our kids' nerves at times, but guess what? Everybody need a Bruce on their team, on their staff. Also Billy Brown, his assistant equipment manager, making sure everything put together. So I'm thankful for that. But more importantly, most important person I think in this room we want to thank is Amy. Where's Amy at? How you doing, Amy? I'm going to tell you a little story about Amy, real quick. This is how I know, as a new head coach, we had weight training last week, and Amy came to me. Amy, a little small, statured, pretty self, came to me. Coach Grice, you have to put on your mask and be the example, and walked away. and walked away from all this. And I looked at her, and I'm like, because I was one of the guys that didn't wear a lot of masks, I'll be honest with you, because my glasses fog up all the time, so I get frustrated. But since then, I wear it every single day now. So I'd like to thank you. Come up here, come up here, Amy. Okay. Amy, on behalf of the coaches and the football players, especially our football players, for keeping them healthy, keeping us coaches in check when we try to put players on the field when they don't need to be on the field. And I'll continue that because their safety and their health is more important than anything right now. So thank you, Amy. We appreciate the support you give us. Wait a minute. I don't get frustrated again. Another person I'd like to acknowledge is Mr. Short. Where's Mr. Short? Is he available? Mr. Short, he every week he filmed our games for us. And if you know, that's a tedious task to sit up in booth and hold that camera for every play. And we thank you for it, and appreciate it. Okay, now let's get into our awards and recognition. Okay, we want to acknowledge some of our players. second. First person on the list is Jay Fouché, wide receiver. Just go around. Number 1, wide receiver. Next person is my guy. You know, I gave this guy a hard time, but you know what? I love him to death. He knows that, and I wish him the best going up to the next level, and that's Travis Reese. Travis just recently committed to Davenport College University. Next person. Jayden Green, wide receiver. Right there. Next person we have is Michael Williams, tight end / DN / linebacker. Next player, Dylan Tatum, all-purpose everything. I was just going to say the man, Donovan Edwards. Mr. Football, All-American, All-Conference, All-State, Dream Team, Donovan Edwards. Emmanuel Mitchell, wide receiver. Chris Johnson, defensive end. Is Chris Neller here? Unfortunately not here today. Our quarterback, Alex Short. You know, this guy here would be, this is personal to me. You know, one, me and his dad been knowing each other for over 32 years. And I was probably hard on him more than anybody on the team, but he became one of the best defensive players I ever coached. And that says a lot. One of the smartest guys I ever coached, and that's Jordan Hoskins. Next person up, Jordan, by the way, is going to Missouri State. Next person, Gavin Hardiman. Gavin is going to Air Force. And the next person, quarterback, Thomas Polosevic. Grant Linton, D-back. Next person, Jake Ward, our kicker. Jake is attending Arkansas State, I believe. Wide receiver, Samaj Morgan. We expect big things from this guy next year. Next player, DJ Herring, wide receiver. Quinn Davis, defensive back. BJ Rankin, defensive back. Niles King, DN, my man. Makai Elam, running back. Slot, running back, Marcus Carter. Defensive back, Trent Allison. Outside linebacker, Kyle Johnson. Defensive back, Caden Tucker. Running back, Jayden King. Fullback, running back, Malik Mathia. Outside linebacker, Calvin Turner, CJ. Linebacker, Kari Jackson, freshman. Linebacker, Juwan Harris. Defensive back, Lorenzo Williams. Linebacker, Jeremiah Watson. Defensive end, Nate McDonald. Linebacker, Corey Garrison. Darian Hackerson. Kyle McAdams. Running back, Kenneth Jones. Outside linebacker, Adir Federa. Defensive tackle, Jayden Green. Now I know what happened to him. Defensive tackle, Evan Bunch. Offensive guard, Ryan Ross. Defensive end, Joe Clark. Offensive tackle, Thomas McGee, as known as Kilroy. Offensive tackle, Darian McGee. Our center, Dalen Henry. Center/guard, Caden Halliburton. Offensive guard, Jordan King. Tight end, DeAndre Hill. Our punter, Sammy LaFata. Our DN, outside linebacker, Rob Harris. Running back, Ralph Rogers. Wide receiver, Deontay Pippen. Defensive back, Adrian Epps. Tight end/DN, Blake Nelson. Defensive end, Brandon Davis Swain. And unfortunately, some players could not attend for various reasons. We also like to honor them as well. Amir Herring, Jayden Montgomery, Tayshawn Thomas, and Maxwell Harrison couldn't attend as well, but later on he will present a film to show from where he's at in Kentucky. Okay, thank you very much. Now we want to put together our special awards, starting with our most valuable player, All-Stater, Dream Teamer, All-American, Mr. Football in the state of Michigan, and first-year freshman at the University of Michigan, Donovan Edwards. Our most valuable player. Hey, Donovan, can you come up here for a second? Rise wants to say a few words. Donovan, come on up here. Rise. I want Rise to say a few words about Donovan Edwards and his experience for the 4 years Donovan been on varsity. He always tried to play defense and said, nope, we don't want to get you hurt. Go ahead.
Actually, it's 6 years if you include my middle school basketball coaching at Donovan. So obviously, if you're Mr. Football, you're going to be MVP of your own football team. All right, so a couple things about Donovan. The film speaks for itself. I mean, he's a special talent, special player, and to win a state championship, you kind of need these kind of players. So to win a state championship, it's not just about having good players. You need a little bit of luck. And to be honest with you, the whole season was lucky. We stopped. We were lucky to start again. All right, we stopped. Had some more luck. We started again. And through that whole time, we were, COVID-free. All right, so the luck, thank you very much. All right. The one thing that impressed me most about Donovan was not his talent, because that speaks for itself, but the one thing that he was not good at when he was in middle school, his freshman year, his sophomore year, his junior year, was the one thing that we needed to get over the hump, to win that state championship, and that was leadership. So the one thing Donovan became when he was a senior is he became a great leader. All right, and then the kids followed him. When he spoke when he was a senior, it was different. The kids bought in, and you see where it got us. All right, now Now I see that block M on his chest, all right? It's going to get me to convert from a State fan to a Michigan fan. So, Donovan, you keep that leadership up. The talent's going to always be there. You do great things, man. Congrats.
This next award goes to our most valuable defensive player. Just give you a little background about this guy. He played outside linebacker for us. No, excuse me. He played inside linebacker for me his first year, his sophomore year, and I moved him to the outside. And then he stayed on the outside. Probably fussed at him more than anybody, like I said earlier. And then he came in and played the inside. And he was determined to do better than the previous linebacker and Cornell Wheeler, who went on to play at University of Michigan. And this gentleman here, we talked all the time at night, and his leadership and his commitment to this program led this team to 6 shutouts this year, which is a school record in our eyes. And he wanted it bad. And guess when we gave up that field goal to one team, he was so upset. You could see him on the sideline of the game, just slamming it, just upset about it. You can see it. But I love this guy. I'm going to miss this guy. And hey, he's going to be a hard person to fill. And the next person to take over that job got a big shoes to fill. And that is Jayden Hoskins. Come on up. Is John here? John here? Okay. The next award goes to Defensive Lineman of the Year, or Lineman of the Year. And this guy here been with us for 3 years on varsity. And I remember when he got moved up his freshman year, and the first play he got him in, I guess we played Water Vermont, and he got his first sack as a freshman. Just to see the joy on his face, that was very rewarding for that moment. And this gentleman here, he's been the soul of our defensive line, and I'm going to miss him because, you know, we used to always joke with each other. He'll walk up and be, "Coach, you dropped something." And I'm like, "Man, quit playing with me." But it was always love, and I knew it was always there for us. And this guy here is just special, and that's Jayden Green. Come up here. But I also want Coach Ivey to come out and say a few words because this guy committed to Ivey.
Well, okay. Yeah. So Jayden is and me and Coach Grice talk about Jayden a lot. If Jayden, I always say this, if Jayden was 2 inches taller, he would be the most recruited guy in the state of Michigan. But it's this stupid thing with football. They judge you on these height and weight. But when you got it in here and you show it on the field, I can work with that. And he's been doing that from year in and year out since I've had him. He takes coaching. He takes tough coaching. He doesn't mind being corrected. He keeps his ego in check, and he wants to see his other team members succeed. He'll take on a double team if it's necessary. He'll dominate in one-on-one matchups, and he's done very well throughout this entire time. But he showed up big for his team in the playoffs and made 3 critical plays to get us to the state championship. And I'll always remember that about Jayden, one of the finest players I've ever coached. Good job, man.
Ivey. Next award goes to the most improved player. You know, there was a debate on this issue, who was our most improved player. I gave up a name, and every coach said this person's name. And I had to think about it. And I said, wait a minute, he didn't even play for us last year. He said, yeah, coach, but he practiced every single day without playing in not one game last year. And I had to really think about that, and I agreed with him after I thought about it, because I was based on players that played last year. And this guy is our most improved player, because coach, you got to understand, his coach was saying he's not good enough, he's not tough enough. I said, coach, just develop him. Don't worry about what he can't do right now. If you develop this guy, he'll get there. And gosh, he got there. And this person is Niles King. This is the guy that how many touchdowns you had? 3 touchdowns on defense. So, wow.
Yeah, Coach Grice is absolutely correct. I didn't even know his name for months. I have this thing, if you don't make plays, I don't even know your name. In fact, I called him Jesuit for like a year because he transferred from Jesuit. So when you start making plays, you know, I go out of my way to learn your name. So that's Niles, and you know, and he done a tremendous job. He elevated his game. He took practice reps very seriously to the point where he was a bona fide starter when we came out into the season. And if it wasn't for Niles, we wouldn't be in the state championship. And everyone knows that. That last play of the game, Grice will tell you that when they called that timeout, Niles and Jordan, they knew what play that they were going to run, and they read it like clockwork. A quarterback rolls out, Niles is in the guy's face, and he has to throw it up before he wants to, and the guy can't catch it, and the rest is history. So awesome job, takes tough coaching, wants to get better. Great job.
I'm going to tell you what happened in that timeout. Whoever was at that Belleville game, remember when they called the timeout? And when they called the timeout, for some reason, they came out with the same looking formation. And I told these guys, I said, if number 17 is in the game, they going to him. And I said, and we worked on this in practice, didn't we? Where he goes straight to the quarterback on the goal line, because we knew that the quarterback is the threat. And Reese said, Coach, I can get him if he come on my side. And I said, and Reese always say, Coach, you never listen to me. And I listened to him that time. I said, all right, Reese, it's your turn. All right, if he come on your side, you got him. And, man, it was perfect execution by the defense. Number 17 came across. Reese had him. You could see him in the game. The quarterback was doing this, trying to get open with him. And Reese was right there. And I guarantee you, if Reese and this guy don't make this play, we lose that game. So thank you, Reese. I finally listened to you when it counted. Thank you. All right, next award goes to Most Valuable Offensive MVP. Now, when you think about MVP for the offense, you start to think about a skilled position. You know, you start thinking about receivers, you start thinking about your tight ends, and you start thinking about your running backs and quarterbacks. We knew Donovan was the MVP, right? He got the most valuable player. So who out of that group we felt that should get MVP? And it's not my call. I called the office of coaches, and they all called it. They called it out. And every one of them said the same person without no hesitation. And that's Terrell Thurman. Come on the field. Okay. On behalf of Terrell, unfortunately, he's not available today. On behalf of Coach Rice, is going to say a few words and get his trophy for him.
Yeah, Coach Grice pretty much took everything I was going to say. But as far as, Donovan's great. Winning Mr. Football is a fantastic award. All right, but he'll be the first one to tell you, none of that happens without the guys up front. All right? From Amir to Ryan to Dallin to Jayden, Caden, Jordan, Micah. all right? London, it's not a very glamorous position. You'll never see their name in the newspaper, all right? But when you have a good offensive line, you're going to be a contender, all right? And not only did we contend, but we won it all. So you can only pick one. All right, this year Terrell was the best of the bunch, but could have went to anybody. Congrats, Terrell.
Thank you, Rice. Let's see here. The next group of awards we have, there are other special awards for all league, all conference, and in certain cases, all American. The players, I'm just going to call their names up, and you guys come on up. And these are players either won all state, all conference, all region, what else? Whatever. Everything. So let me bring, first of all, these are the players. You guys come on up. Jayden Green. Jordan Hoskins. I want you guys to come up here. Samaj Morgan, May all region. Sammy Lafata, May all state and all region. Dylan Tatum, May all state, all region. Just count all the people who's here and who's not here. And Amir Herring, unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. He made all city, all state, all region. And last but not least, Donovan Edwards. Dream Team, All-American, All-State, All-Conference, All-Region, and MVP in the championship. Oh, yeah, Max Harrison, but he's unavailable today. Next, we want to bring up our senior captains, or our tech captains. And I want them to say a few words to the program, to the parents, give their views on the season, and just say what's on your heart and what's on your mind. I'd like to first bring our first captain, is Alex Short, quarterback. Can I have all the captains come up, please?
So basically all I want to say is, this year's been a pretty tough ride for everybody, players and coaches, with COVID and everything, the stops of the season. And honestly, I think our team did a really good job, staying positive. And I just want to say I'm proud of my boys. It was a great experience, and if I could, I'll do it 1,000 more times. So thank you.
Captain Green.
How y'all doing? Really, I just want to say thank y'all for coming out, too. This team right here is special, like, for real. I've been on varsity since a sophomore, and, this team is different, for real. no words can explain it. I'll run it back with them boys any day, for real. Thank y'all.
Captain Hoskins, come on up.
I just want to say thank you. Like Jayden said, thank you for everybody coming out and supporting us every game, in and out, through our loss, through our wins, through our ups, through our downs. Thank you. I don't really have much to say, but just thank you.
Captain Edwards.
My bad. I just want to say I appreciate everybody coming out through this time. I want to give like a very, very, very shout out to my whole entire football team. Like it would have been very impossible, like, because everybody bought into the culture that we set here. And I want to say thank you to the coaches here as well. They made me go like extremely hard every single day. I want to say thank you to like everybody. I say it again. I want to say thank you to everybody. You know, we state championship. We state champions. I'm very proud of that, and I just want to say thank you once more again.
We have one more presenter. Unfortunately, he's not here today in presence. He's at the University of Kentucky. He started earlier in January, but we do have him on video saying a few words for us.
What's good, Laker Nation? Maxwell Harrison just checking in. Just wanted to say, man, I love y'all boys. I miss y'all. Feel me? We deserve all of this. We manifested this. We worked for it. We grinded for it. And you feel me? Result of that, we came out state champs. I'm repping my gear all the way in Kentucky because, you know, this ain't nothing light. We made history, man. I love y'all boys and L boys for life.
You know, I'm going to tell you about these captains. Bill, you know, Bill, like I said, Bill and I talk all the time. And he said, Coach, what we got to do to get over the hump? I said, man, you know what we haven't had and since we've been here in a long time? He said, senior leadership. And I said, we got to get fight. Well, whoever our leaders are, we got to meet with them regularly, get them in the mindset about winning the state championship. And these 5 young men led us every single day in practice, in games and scrimmages. And I'm so proud to have these guys our captains, and I'm quite sure those players over as well. So thank you guys for being our leaders. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Appreciate it. You know, we always talk about the players, we always talk about the administrator, the support, and the parents, but what we really don't talk about that makes this engine run every single day is our coaching staff. And these guys, you know, when people outside look, what's the key to our success? I said, stability. That's the key to our success. Having the same coaching staff. We've been together. I know I've been with Rise. I've been here 8 years. How long you been here, Rise? 19 years as a coach, you know, as a player, as a coach, maybe a little bit less than that, 19 years. But they are the ones who make this engine roll. And I just want to acknowledge these guys because they deserve all of it. They really do. So I'm just going to, you guys stand up. I'm going to call you guys' name. Ken Rise, our offensive coordinator, could you please stand up, please? Come up, can you come up? Zach Hilbers, quarterback coach, come on up. Brandon Smith, wide receiver coach. Come on up. You know, this is our new coach. This is his first year, so he's learning a lot. And for his first year, he won his first state championship, and he was highly recruited by a lot of other coaches. And he's our D-back coach, Kason Dickerson. Come on up. Our outside linebacker coach, he's been with me since I've been here for 8 years, and he learned a lot, and that is Matt Bowman. John Garrett, but unfortunately he's not available today. Next coach is Justin Ivey. This is my right-hand man on defense. You know, when we game plan, he know what to do. You know, when we get together, I say, Coach, I know what you got it. Don't worry about it. You got it. And that's my guy. Is Burt Mosley here? Okay, he's our strength and conditioning coach. Those are our coaches. Our junior varsity coaches is Mike Woodberg, our head coach. I'm sorry, our other D-back coach is Keith Cameron. I went right past. Our defensive coordinator on JV is Kevin Jakeway. Come on up. Offensive coordinator on JV, Kyle Landon. On the freshman staff, our head coach, Darrell Bingham. I'd like to give a special thanks to Coach Bingham. During this transition, when Coach left and me interviewing for the job, I kind of stayed away, but he kept the boat going, the ship going, while everything was in disarray at the time. And I thank you for taking the charge and taking the leadership and helping us get this thing on, keep it going. Appreciate you. Samaj Morgan, offensive coordinator. Kareem Harris, defensive coordinator. Is he here? Oh, he's here. Office coordinator assistant, Taj Mustafa. And Alfonso Tolbert, special teams coach. Unfortunately, he's not here as well. I'd like to let you guys introduce you to our 2021 going in the fall football staff. So we haven't changed. Like Zach said, same ship, same crew, different captain. And our goal is to repeat, regardless. We also have a special honor, and we want to say a few things. This gentleman's been around for us, for 10 years now, 8 for me. And that's our team manager, that Will Poinkowski. And Coach Zach's going to say a few words about Will.
Yeah, Coach Grice said it was probably about 10 years. Every time I talk to Will, I feel like he surprises me when he says, no, I've been here for, 13 years or something like that. So it might be more than 10, but I always still remember Will as like the 13-year-old that showed up from middle school and wanted to help us out. And, Coach Bellamy brought him in. And there's no other way to put it. Like, That guy's face after we won the state title was as happy as anybody's out there. And he's been a part of this entire journey, and he's a good, dear friend of mine, and I'm just glad he's here celebrating with us. Thanks, Will.
Also, I wanted to let you guys know, we just added a gentleman to our football program. He's going to help out on JV, and that is Mr. Travis Tidwell. Come on up, Travis. Just acknowledge this. All right. This is our coaching staff. This is our family, and we're thankful. And last but I forgot about Amy. Come on back up here, Amy. You part of this staff just as much as anybody else. I want you to. Where's Buff at? Is Buff here? And also, we honor our ball boy as well, and that is Brandon Smith Jr. Come on up here, Brandon. I want to say a few things about these great people here. They put in countless hours for little pay. They spend time from their families. They spend time away from their families. They spend away from their jobs sometimes where they leave up early. And they're a special group of guys. And the 8 years I've been here, this is honest to God the truth, we never had an on-field argument, and we never had an on-field fight, and we never had a meeting where we argued and fight. That never happened in the 8 years we've been here. When you see other programs, you see that. So this is truly a family that doesn't fight. Amen. Thanks, guys. Oh, let's take a picture. Oh, let's take a picture, guys. Take a picture. Come close. Short ones get in the front, tall ones get in the front. And last but not least, wow, it feels good to win a state championship, doesn't it? How about them Laker boys in the state championship? That's what we're talking about. In this next period, we want to raise our very, very special banner. And that banner, I want all the players, go by those two strings, Coaches, we're going to all come to the banner. Players, come on down. Oh, I'm sorry. Just come down and right behind the coaches. And we want to celebrate this moment because this banner is going to be a permanent fixture to West Bloomfield High School. So anybody coming here, we're always going to be reminded of the 2021-2020 season of winning a state championship. And we hope that we're going to put some more up here, and we honor that. But before we do that, I'd like to acknowledge a few volunteers who put this together, and we're truly, truly thankful. The committee, the awards committee, and that is Darren Tatum, Nicole Rembert, our super fan, Karen Poole, Darian McGee, Chastity Mitchell, Yolanda McGee, Pamela Hardison. By the way, if I call your name, please stand for your acknowledgement. I appreciate that. Natasha Miles, Michael Williams, Sherry Tatum, and Olivia Shelby Rankin. Thank you. We appreciate, you know, what you guys don't realize, when we first got here, Bell put this whole thing together by himself. And I told Bill, I said, man, let the parent committee, get somebody on the parent committee to do this. And that's when he went to Dylan Tatum's dad to come. Okay? So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Now, let's get this. You got it?
All right, before we do the banner, I want to remind everybody there's a photo booth. You guys afterwards can take pictures with your kids. Guys, you can take pictures with your teammates, the championship trophy and all that stuff. All right, we're going to count to 3. Get ready and pull those strings, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here it is. That concludes tonight's program, or this afternoon's. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Thanks, everybody, for the support. And thanks the coaches and, of course, the players for making this season and every season, but particularly this season, so special. Thanks. Drive safely. Be safe.